have to, once we get back from the break, maybe I'll let you in a little on my geriatric cruise I went on. I finally hit one. Yep. All the cruises I've taken in all the years, and great, young crowd, nice, ass to look at, things like that. Now, it was all Little Rascals and Walkers and our group.
Can I tease something, too?
Yeah.
Haitian refugees getting eaten by sharks.
Nice.
That was part of my vacation.
You pay for that?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you got to see that. Is that a show they put on?
Oh, yeah.
Just throw them off the boat?
Oh, yeah. And Jimmy?
Can I tease something?
Uh-huh.
I know I left the apartment angry, but why did you have to go back to Brooklyn? You were grabbing my face. You were angry.
Oh, no.
What happened?
Oh, Jimmy, we didn't even ask in the 2 weeks we've been gone. How's the relationship? Oh, boy. Oh, God, no. All right.
Depends on who you ask.
All right. We're back. It's the Opie and Anthony Show. How funny is it that Paris Hilton's going to jail?
Is she really going to jail? This is a done deal?
Done deal, 45 days. Of course, Good Morning America. That's all they're talking about this morning as we look at the TVs.
Very important move.
Who cares about the tornadoes taking out an entire town or our boys over in Iraq? We got to talk about Paris Hilton going to jail.
Well, what were there, seven, or maybe 9 dead soldiers this weekend? Paris Hilton's going to jail.
That's much more important to GMA, of course it is. But we're savages for what we do.
Right.
Yeah, she's
Awful
going to jail. Who's praying for like a prison babe video to come out?
Oh,
with Paris Hilton,
like one of those old school prison movies starring
God.
Paris Hilton.
Paris is gonna have she's gonna feel like a black hand in the back of her hair, and a woman who looks like Nell Carter is gonna grab Paris and make her wash her face with something. I don't wanna.
And they got her in the paper this morning. Wah wah wah.
Aww.
She went out to a very, very, very nice restaurant out there in Beverly Hills. And, of course, the paparazzi knew exactly where she was going to be because these celebrities call the paparazzi ahead of time and go, hey, I'm going to be at the restaurant with my mommy and I'm going to give you a show. I'm going to be crying because I'm going to jail for 45 days. So you're going to get some fine shots of me tearing up with mommy holding my hand and comforting me. That'll be a perfect shot for you guys. So
now,
there it is.
What's the charge here?
Suspended license and, crap, really.
How do you go to jail for that?
She was such a brat. She did everything. She really was trying to embarrass the LAPD.
Really?
She deserves it. Because she was like knowingly driving on a suspended license. She's been stopped this time, that time. She's just done a lot of crap, man. She hasn't...
That seems a little extreme, though, for some little traffic violations.
By the way, did you just notice how I didn't know what I was talking about?
Oh, okay.
And I'm like, she did a lot of crap, man.
Thank you, Jimmy. Your acting is getting so good.
I'm good.
Your hands were moving. That's what fooled me.
Yeah, well...
Because you had a cup of coffee.
Yes, I was holding a cup and I was...
God, he's good.
She told the judge she didn't know her license was suspended following a drunken driving bust.
Oh, DUI?
Yeah.
All right. How many DUIs has she had?
I don't know.
But if you're busted again driving on a suspended license for a drunk driving, you deserve to go to jail for 45 days.
They suspended the license.
What type of punishment is that?
And, by the way, her 45 days will be a piece of cake, and then she comes out even more famous than she is now. So whatever. She's going to be well protected. There's going to be no prison babe
You don't think that old... Why do I always picture an old school laundry room with one of those steamy things that press the clothes? And like some big matronly woman is threatening to put her head in there unless she does things. Yeah. All of a sudden the story's hot.
Yeah, well. So much for the simple life. So whatever, but...
Well, Godspeed.
Hey, how was your vacation, Anthony?
Oh, I had a wonderful time.
Yeah?
Yeah, I actually did. I had a good time, but under certain circumstances, most people would have had a crappy time. I did not know. I usually take Royal Caribbean cruises. I enjoy that cruise line. This time, we took Norwegian Cruise Lines. because the ship was going through the Panama Canal. And they have that Panama Canal cruise. The ship I was on last time, the Royal Caribbean one, wouldn't fit through the canal. So this ship barely fit. I swear, that was kind of cool because it was only like a couple of inches of clearance on either side of the canal.
You're kidding, right?
No, I'm not kidding at all. To put this ship through. There's like these train cars with cables on them that are pulling your ship through this. This ship is giant, and it's pulling it through the canal and keeping it from, ramming into one side or the other. And they do this all day. And tankers are passing you going the other way, and then they raise up the water, and you go into the next lock, and then you go into a lake, and they raise up the water when you go into the next lock.
I got a very simple question.
Sure.
Why not make it wider?
They are. They are making it wider.
Finally?
Yep. And that should be done by the year 3000. I don't know how. But you read some of the history of it, because it was built in like 1913, and like hundreds of thousands of people died of malaria building it. Those are the good old days. Jesus.
Why don't they just put little robotic feet on the bottom of the boat?
And let them lift themselves up and walk across the ground.
Waka waka.
We should have that here in the future. It was a Panama Canal trip. It was from Miami, around the canal, to L.A.
Hope you had a nice cruise, Arnold.
Yeah, I know.
We're going to lose affiliates because you decide you needed to see the Panama Canal.
You know something? Then they weren't worth us keeping.
Absolutely.
If we were hanging on by a thread like that, screw them, I say.
I just need to hear that they care.
We care.
Oh, go
shut up.
Screw.
I have 14 people in my group.
Yeah?
Parents, friends, my brother, sister, their significant others, my girlfriend, her sister and husband, just a lot of people. And a shipload of elderly people. See, yeah, when I went on the Royal Caribbean cruise, we went down to the islands, in the Caribbean, and a lot of young people. I mean, and you go past that pool or the hot tub, you're guaranteed to see some fine ass in there. This cruise, I walked through the common area where the big pool is and saw bodies that should belong on the ground in Jonestown, dead. They were bloated and purple, skin tags all over the place. I could not think of going in that pool.
Did you think about me?
Why?
Well, because my theory on old people, they already started dying. Parts of their body are
rotting
dying.
away. And then as we're walking through, somebody, I forgot who it was, but said, "Look at the people's feet." And I went, no, and then I couldn't stop looking.
They were all in sandals?
No, they were barefoot. But that's the first part of an old person that starts rotting.
Dying.
Are their feet. They were twisted, different colors of purple with veins, toenails that looked like Doritos glued to the end of their toes. I swear to you. Just disgusting. Frito's corn chip little toenail curling around. Just disgusting. And thank God we had this big group, like I said, and we had our own deck, pretty much, our own section of rooms and a pool area and everything that was just meant for us. So we didn't have to hang out with the old people. But you had to take the elevators and things like that. And one time in the elevator, a couple comes in and looks at me and said, "It's so nice to see some young people on this cruise, but it must be disappointing." I was like, "No, it's fine." And then I'm thinking, I'm the young person on the cruise.
Who's the couple, Norman and Ethel Thayer?
She was talking about her other cruise she was on when it hit an iceberg. Went down in the North Atlantic. You might have heard of it.
What was the average age?
Dude, there were people. Actually, there was an average age of 68 years old.
How did you really?
Yeah. They said the average age of the people on this ship were 67, 68 years old. Ancient people. Well, more walkers and wheelchairs than I've ever seen in my life. And you got to do something. You got at the beginning. You do this where you go to your muster station with your life jacket on, and that's where you're supposed to go in the event of a sinking emergency, something like that, to get on your lifeboat stations. And me and my girlfriend are just looking around, going, "All right, let's look. Dead, so completely dead. You ain't even making it off the ship." Me, I'm pulling a George Costanza. Out of the way! Out of the way! I'm getting right to the lifeboats because then we're pointing out the people that are going to screw it up, and there'll be 80 dead people behind them because they screwed up in the hall. Where am I going? I don't know where to go. Bunch of senile old people.
Well, obviously, you said it in the office, 2 weeks, Panama Canal. Who has 2 weeks to take off?
That's what I heard.
Unless you're a shock jock.
Shock jocks and retired people.
Do they even care?
Do they even care? That's what it was. Just the old people cruise. But what was great is we had the run of the place after like 9 o'clock at night.
I can imagine.
9 o'clock at night.
It was like you had your own ship.
It was our own ship. They were all asleep. They were in bed. We had the run of every place on the ship. We were eating at this one restaurant, and I'm overlooking like this huge atrium area, and not one person is going by. One guy came by, and he was vacuuming. You just heard, it's a cruise ship, and they're asleep. Then we did. Then we just said, screw it. You know, I don't care who's on this boat. We're just doing, everything we do anyway. So I really turned into a complete raging alcoholic for 2 weeks. It was more drinking than I've done in 5 years.
Jimmy, did he just say turned into?
Yeah. Turned into.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Yeah.
Well, now of late, about the last 5 years or so, I don't drink that much.
You brought it down a notch or two, sure.
Notch or two? Holy moly. I would have gone through 6 by now. On there, I swear to God, you get on these cruises, you just drink. Mm-hmm. Drink like a madman. So we did bombed bowling. There's bowling alleys on this ship. And one night, we hit some rough seas, and we're hammered. And Patrick brought up this, which was, I found it interesting and kind of funny. When you're on a plane, and the plane is pitching and moving like this ship was that night because it was slamming. We ran into some chop where this thing was really moving around. You're slamming against walls. If you're on a plane in that situation, they tell you to go to your seat, buckle your seatbelt, the stewardess buckles in, you can't get up to go to the bathroom. On a cruise ship, they tell you to drink and bowl. That's it. Hey, whatever you want to do. Walk around. The thing was pitching like crazy, so we're doing bomb bowling.
Were you scared?
No, not scared, but I was scared I was going to get sick, but I didn't. The more you drink on the boats, the worse it gets. You don't get sick. You don't even think about it. It's like a better buzz. You but it's funny because as you're walking back to your rooms, you're all drunk and laughing and smashing into the walls. You can't, because the hallways are kind of narrow on these cruise ships because they take up more room. You don't want a big, thick hallway to take up all that room. So they're thin, and the sea is going crazy. You're drunk, so you're smashing into the walls, just laughing your ass off.
But if you're drunk, aren't you supposed to walk perfectly straight?
Yeah, it's supposed to compensate for the. No, it didn't. It didn't work like that. But we did bombed bowling, and there's nothing funnier than when you're throwing a bowling ball and it's going right toward the pocket, and then it's a gutter ball at the last 5 feet.
That would be
It's fun. Like, can you figure this out on the sea? Because it's not really working. The idea's good. You have a bowling alley on your boat. Fantastic. My ball just curved in the last 5 feet.
That would be hilarious.
It was. We were laughing our asses off. Just drunk the whole time. And then we disembarked in a few great locations. Acapulco, I missed. I missed Acapulco. Didn't even get off the boat.
Why?
Because the night before, I had spent in the casino drinking heavily. And I am proud to say that I walked up to the blackjack table with $500 and walked away. That was at about 9 p.m. I walked away at 7 a.m. from the blackjack table with $11,000.
Card counting?
From $500.
Card counting.
No, not card counting.
Yes.
Incredible luck. It was a battle. I mean, the dealers that they had, it wasn't a steady climb. It was, they would take me down. I'd come back up again. But I gave it all back.
Of course you did.
$11,000 went right back to the casino.
The next day?
No, over the course of the rest of the trip. I have a problem.
Yes, you do.
I can't hold on to my winnings.
You're an addict.
I love it.
You're a junkie.
Well, let me tell you this, too. They had 4 poker tournaments, 4 Hold'em tournaments. I came in first, second, and 2/3 on the 4 tournaments.
For how much?
And twice of the 2 of the times, me and my girlfriend were head-to-head against each other. We were the last 2 left. And she won 1, and I won 1.
Hey, you were playing against old dudes.
People. Tell me about it. They couldn't even, see the cards sometimes. And they were, I swear to you, they were like, the cards are so far away. And the dealer had to slide the cards over so they see, and they couldn't figure it out. The guy, what was the bet? How much are these chips worth? And I'm just sitting there like, phew, turkey shoot.
You bully. What else did you do to the old people? Were you boxing champion of the most?
I won the boxing event.
What a creep.
I was really awful to these old folk.
It's going to be a movie.
I was horrid to the old folk.
Oh, it's that bully again as you're muscling your way down the hallway.
Time for the swimming competition.
I did feel bad just walking. Just walking, I was a couple of the poker tournaments. I got out of the room a little late, and I had to really hurry down to the casino. So I'm kind of running, and I'm looking at these people, just looking at me, going, "I remember doing that.
Really?
I remember that." And then you try really hard. What was that, Jim?
I didn't say that.
Oh, I thought you were going to say something.
I was, but I didn't want to interrupt you.
Oh.
No, you didn't want to get fired.
At the beginning.
By the AARP.
But AARP is going to creep in now. Old people.
I was going to say another reward Anthony won was cleanest underwear. I had that one by the first night.
Another thing you try to do on the cruises. Now, I've been going to the gym.
Speaking of poker, hold on a minute, because you're changing subjects.
Oh.
The ONA poker tournament's on the, in 2 weeks?
Yes.
Less than 2 weeks.
Wow.
May 19th in the New Orleans Ballroom at the Showboat in Atlantic City. Over $30,000 in potential prizes, $100 to play, and a chance to win the guaranteed $20,000 first place prize. Spots are limited, so register early.
They're all old people.
We're doing a poker tournament down in Atlantic City on May 19th. Join us at the official after party at Club Worship in the House of Blues at 10 p.m. Must be 21 years or older to participate. How do they register for this poker tournament? Do we know? I just know it's happening in person? All right, the poker tournament, the ONA poker tournament, May 19th, New Orleans Ballroom at the Showboat in Atlantic City. $20,000 first place prize. Ant's playing in it.
Oh, yeah.
They want me to play. I'm not going to play. I'll watch.
Give it a shot.
Something. But anyway, because you were going to change the subject.
Yeah, well, I was going to say I felt guilty doing certain things that everybody does on a daily basis, like walking fast. Because these old people kind of look at you. And then you always start the beginning of the cruise. I've been going to the gym and stuff, trying to, keep healthy. And so there's this huge, beautiful gym on the ship. Went there. And we were making this agreement, me and my girlfriend, we're going to take the stairs. No elevators for us. We're taking the stairs. So doing that, I'm running up the stairs, 13 flights of stairs, 2 at a time. Just bam, bam. I hit that last step and completely lost my legs. They were numb at that point. But it was good, That lasts for a couple of days. Then you fall into, where's another cream puff? These cream puffs, they put them right in your room, and you just shove in your face. Where do I got to go? From the 4th floor to the 5th? Ding, elevator. You just become this mess, a mushy mess. And the last thing was the paranoia of you don't want to be on the SS Poopy ship. That is where you read about how a ship had to come into port and decontaminate it because everybody had gotten diarrhea on the ship. Apparently that had happened on this very ship the last time out. So everyone was completely paranoid.
So they had microscopic poopy somewhere on the ship.
Somewhere. So it was going on.
Yeah.
But they got these little globes of disinfectant stuff, like Purell or whatever.
How do you get the poopy
all
disease,
over the place?
by the way?
Yeah, is that from food or from
that is from touching somebody else with the poopy disease.
And it's all old people, so
It's old folks.
they're not taking care of business.
No.
There's something going on.
That's what it is. It's old people spreading this poopy disease on the ships. It's horrible. So every 2 seconds, I'm washing my hands, and they tell you in your little booklet that you get, it says, don't shake hands with people at public events. Don't touch anybody. Wash your hands many times and use the disinfectant around the ship. And that's exactly what I was doing. And even the captain, there was this big event that the captain was at, this VIP event. So you were all there. We were up in the lounge with the captain. And these people were going up, and they'd go, hello, sir, and stick their hand out. And the captain actually pulled this move where he turned around and kind of looks up. Like, I'm not shaking anyone's hand.
Like I have to inspect that chandelier.
Yeah, that's my ship. He's the captain. He can't get the poopy disease.
Right.
Who would steer the ship?
He can sit while he steers.
It's a big toilet bowl behind the wheel.
A bucket.
We took
Gordon's fisherman's bucket.
We took 2 weeks off so you could avoid the poopy disease.
I avoided the poopy disease.
Maybe we don't care.
Thank God. And then I think my mother had a hangover one day, and it was interpreted as the poopy disease, and her and Sal were quarantined in their room for 24 hours. Sal had to sit with my mom for 24 hours because he couldn't go to the casino or nothing.
She had the poopy disease?
Because the ship thought it, and since he was in close proximity, he had to stay in there with her.
Wait. The ship decided?
The ship said you're quarantined for 24 hours.
I thought your mom decided.
Nope, you can't leave the room. Can't leave the room.
Wait, how did that come about?
Because she had upset stomach,
and
she puked.
Or whatever?
And, yeah, they sent down for the infirmary. The doc came up, gave her a shot, and said, okay, you stay in the room for 24 hours. You're both a quarantine. So Sal just had to sit there pacing, and he loves the casino, too.
Wait, how do they know you're not leaving the thing?
I guess if they see you around...
Handcuffs.
Yeah, if they see you around, you probably get in some kind of trouble.
Like what?
What kind of trouble? You're in the middle of the ocean.
They'll probably put you back in your room and maybe post a guard. I have no idea. But you're quarantined. You're not allowed to leave.
Were you on the SS Kane?
Strawberries.
It was rifling through strawberries.
I tell you, they called me Old Yellow Stain.
All right, but getting back to the Columbia, so you're in this, like a shipping port?
Yeah, it's a big shipping port.
Why did they stop there, by the way?
I think it was to refuel for the rest of the cruise. Like, they refuel there, and then we're good for the rest of the cruise. So we kind of pull in, and most of these big ships, the passenger ships, dock at these nice docks where you get off, and there's a lot of things to do. This was nothing but a commercial area of shipping, like those old ships that pull in and you just know there's shenanigans going on inside, and the shipping crates, and we're, outside hearing like the dung 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 dung, the steel drums and drinking, and all I could picture is some poor guy tied to a chair getting beaten. What is the name? What is the name? Bam! Just smacking him. I don't know. And he could hear the steel drums, and we're all drinking and having a good time, and he's just being beaten and given a Colombian necktie to finish the whole thing off. But it was one of those cities where you're just horrified to go through, and my brother went through there, took a little excursion out, and they went to go see some famous monastery or something that's there. Nothing but soldiers everywhere, and they're saying, well, don't worry about the war, don't worry. And Joe's like, what war? He goes, the war in the South. He goes, there's a big war in the South, but it doesn't affect us up here. Apparently, one of our ports, we're in a country that's at war.
With what?
It's having a war.
With each other?
I don't know if it's with themselves, some kind of drug cartel thing going on, but there were soldiers everywhere. Some of the meanest-looking motherfuckers I've ever seen in my life. They're wearing those boonie hats, big 45s strapped to their side, and machine guns, and they look like those jungle guys that, if you give them enough money, they'll take you to the right place, so they'll just slit your throat. Like, they don't look like regular U.S. Army guys would. They look like mercenaries.
Yeah.
The war actually is the coffee people.
Is it the coffee people,
Yes.
Jimmy?
They're fighting with the cocaine people over
the
who has
coffee
the biggest
people?
export.
They're fighting it out with Starbucks.
Starbucks.
Yeah, Starbucks.
Yeah.
Bunch of Seattle faggots standing there slapping at them. They're firing.
Their army uniforms have the Starbucks logo on it. Jesus.
That was the big thing, was the coffee in Colombia. To buy the coffee.
Was it good?
Everyone went to the coffee.
Oh, you don't drink coffee.
I don't drink coffee. I didn't care.
So you're waiting for them to refuel in a war-torn country? Or part of the country was in war?
Yeah, and apparently one of the stabilizers on the ship broke, so they had to send divers down, and we weren't able to leave till later. And I just kept thinking the ship was going to be boarded by these animals that were going to come and just rape and pillage and ruin us.
They would have raped you in your section. Obviously, you're the only ones under 60.
Yeah, believe me.
They would have taken you over some of those old ladies.
Those old bags.
Get the mouth of the Italian. It looks like a pussy. It's got hair around it. I'm going to fuck it.
You fucking asshole.
Well, I spent time with my girlfriend, which is nice, Kenny. We went up to the fucking Space Needle, being that lug.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Wow, we're high.
Exactly.
Is that pretty much it?
Awful. I got a picture I should put online of me and Kenny at the top of the Space Needle. Just a couple of assholes.
In Seattle, right?
I bet you'd get hurt if you fell from up here. Right. Would you, Kenny? Yeah.
This is me and Kenny at the top of the Space Needle.
Righty, let me take a little shot. Oh, look at that. He is just a towering hulk of a man over you.
Does he ever get excited about anything when you're on the road?
No.
Nothing. All right.
Bad news, yes.
Ew.
You know, if this thing fell.
Ew. I was driving, getting driven, whatever, from the airport yesterday, and I actually went 3, 2, 1, right on cue. Pling! Did everything go okay?
Yeah, I got that message. Did the car pick you up, Anthony? It's 10 o'clock. I just want to make sure you got home. Yeah. I'm going to bed now.
Anyway, what were we talking about? Oh, Colombia, so that was it?
Yeah,
and
Colombia
got out
was
there, obviously?
Yeah, I got out, but there was nothing to do there. Nothing to do there.
Fuck that, I would have been scared.
And then, but like I said, Cabo was the best. Just a madhouse of like a harbor. The cruise ship doesn't have a dock, so we got to just kind of anchor there. And then you take one of the tender boats, which is one of the lifeboats, to another dock. And then there's just a flurry of a bunch of guys. You need a boat, my friend. Boat, my friend. Boat. Then you got to take another one of these boats. So you hope you grab a guy with a decent boat. Because some of these things, and there's just hundreds of these boats going through this harbor, barely missing each other. The guy driving the boat's trying to point things out to you. Just like, could you just fucking go straight?
Just get me to shore, please.
And we hit the beaches, and then it was nothing but a drunk fest of drinking and those fucking the natives there selling their shit. More shit than I've ever seen. Beads and bowls and these parasailing Spider-Man dolls and glass trinkets that go cling, cling, cling in the wind chimes. And they keep coming by and don't shut up. So I just constantly, I tried, I don't know much German, but I figured they understood enough English where you go, no, but they still try to sell you and show you. So I was just going, I would look up at them and go, 9!
Yeah.
9! And yell, and look at them, 9! And they thought I'd wanted 9 of them and they couldn't quite figure it out, so they looked all puzzled and walked away. It worked well.
That's the biggest.
But they don't stop. You got to, and even when you shut your eyes, so I'm laying down, a little hungover, just trying to sleep on the beach a little bit, and you shut your eyes and they tap your chair. Senor, beads? I was fucking sleeping. You savage, leave me alone. Constantly.
I hate
it's
that.
It's the biggest pain in the ass. All you want to do is relax on those beaches, and you're constantly accosted
the Bahamas.
by these fucking people selling shit.
I don't think I'll ever go back to the Bahamas. That's how they are there.
Really?
It's just endless with the jet skis, the coconut drinks, the necklaces, the hair beads, and stop.
It's everything. And this is just crap. Like wooden fucking monkeys that were like, you know the Barrel of Monkeys game? There were big ones, like 3 of them, and they're trying to sell you that. And you're like, what the fuck am I going to do with that?
You could talk to them.
Get out of here with your fucking Barrel of monkeys. Oh, they were so annoying. And don't they understand you just want to fucking relax on the beach and not be accosted like that? Try to sell them stuff.
Oh, they don't care about
grab
you
my
relaxing.
hat and go, hat, my friend, hat.
They see dollar signs. They don't give a shit.
I'm fucking trying to lay down.
It's the resort's responsibility to keep them away.
You know, we're on the ship, so when we hit the beach from the ship, you're pretty much done.
You're on your own.
Fair game.
I never went to a resort.
A resort.
When I traveled,
you don't know how to relax, Jimmy. You don't go on vacation.
Jimmy, you got to go on some of those.
We got to have an intervention with you.
Ones.
Relax. I had stuff I did done.
But every once in a while, you got to get away from all this crap and recharge.
I couldn't. I was out of time.
Don't you hear the energy today? We're all relaxed and ready to go. Ready to go.
I had stuff to do, but it couldn't be avoided. I got a special June 2nd. I had to go away, and time-wise, it was in June. I could have, but I just couldn't.
Yeah.
Was your girlfriend mad that you didn't go away?
No, she understood.
Okay,
not at all.
I'm just asking.
I'd been mad if I was going out with you.
Oh yeah.
That I didn't get a vacation when everyone else did.
Well, she understood. We had plenty of time for vacations.
Okay.
All right.
Good for her.
That's what I tell her. What am I going to say to her?
I'm going to use that one and see how far it gets me.
It's pretty. See where that goes.
Plenty of time for vacations.
Plenty of time.
Yeah, plenty of time. We're young.
And we had to worry about wild dogs, but...
Oh, wild dogs?
I just thought it was a dog.
There are a bunch of dogs on those places, too. You're right.
Well...
all over the fucking place, just roaming around the streets, all hot and panting.
Well, Lindsay was taking some pictures for one of her classes, and and we saw a graveyard. Waterfront property, though, man. It's just a matter of time before one of the big resorts goes down there and says, fuck the
waste
graveyard.
of prime real estate.
Yeah, exactly. And then she sees, like, a dog laying on a gravesite. Perfect picture, right?
Creepy.
Something good there. Then she thinks the dog is dead, which makes the picture even better. Dog gets up and has some friends. And we learn later that they're wild dogs. That
I thought there was some story like the owner was dead and the dog would go there every day.
She's kind of scared to get the pictures developed because you're gonna
you might see something.
You're gonna see the ghosts. You're gonna see the dog owner. It's a ghost.
Creepy.
Something's gonna happen when we develop those pictures. But then dog got close to chasing her. And then we found out later that they're the wild dogs and what happens, because there's one of these islands where people go down, they think they want to live there, they bring dogs and stuff, and then like, fuck this. It's a much better place to just hang out for a few months and get out. So they leave their dogs behind and...
They become wild dogs.
Well, then they get fucked by the wild dogs, and then the breed that comes because of this is just beyond terrible. Not controllable.
Yeah.
And they just run wild in packs, supposedly, and chase joggers if you're running in the wrong areas and stuff, so... That was fun.
Every place is the wrong area except for the resort.
Yeah, pretty much.
By the way.
Pretty much.
At one point, can we discuss this woman who was tricked into sex by a penis cream treatment?
Yeah.
The guy is a genius, by the way.
And she's adult.
Of course she is.